Okay, so for this reading lesson, it's lesson 2. So yesterday's lesson, you learned all about expository text and their features. Today, there are 2 decently long passages looking at expository text. So what I would suggest doing, like we do normally when I read the passages, go ahead and pull this video up in a tab, pull the lesson up in another tab. That way, as I'm reading it, you can be following along with me. And you can be looking at all of the different features that the questions are going to ask you about. So you can look at the captions and the maps and at all of the expository text features that we learned about in yesterday's lesson. So the first passage is, the title of it is The Largest Deer in the World. What is the largest deer in the world? You may be familiar with deer in your local area or state, and you may have seen a really large deer in the wild. A hunter would be very excited to see a deer that weighed 200 pounds. That would be a prize. However, there is one type of deer that regularly grows to more than 1,000 pounds. What is this deer? The moose. Moose are the largest type of deer in the world. Some of them may reach nearly 7 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh as much as 1,800 pounds. That is a big deer. Most adult moose weigh between 1,000 pounds for the females and 1,300 pounds for the males. That's the average size of the female and the male moose. Moose are the second largest mammal on the North American continent, behind only the bison or buffalo. Most moose are found in the far northern parts of North America, Europe, and Asia. The largest populations live near the Arctic Circle. A few moose live in states a little farther south, such as Montana, Minnesota, and Michigan. Some have even wandered as far south as Iowa, but that's rare. Moose eat plants. They survive by eating shoots and tender parts of plants from which they gain most of the nutrients they need. They also eat aquatic plants in order to gain the sodium or salt that their bodies need. Sometimes in the winter, moose will lick the salt that is put down on the roads to melt the ice and snow. Sometimes they will even eat the asphalt roadway trying to get to the salt. Unlike most deer, moose do not live in herds. They are solitary, which means they prefer to live alone, and the strongest bond they share is when a baby is born. The young calf will stay with its mother for a long time, usually until the calf is able to care for itself or until the next baby comes along. The only real danger faced by moose comes from predators such as wolves, which hunt in packs, and from humans. Many moose are killed each year by hunters who hunt the moose for food or for pleasure. A moose's antlers are massive and are considered a trophy by hunters. Occasionally, a moose may be killed by a bear, but usually bears will eat moose only when they find one a wolf has killed or a fresh carcass. One difficulty that has arisen in the past few years is the conflict between moose and road traffic. Every year there are hundreds of accidents involving cars and trucks hitting moose on roadways. The moose may be crossing the roads, walking along the roads, or even eating the pavement. When a car strikes a moose, it usually kills the animal and often the car's driver and front seat passenger as well. A moose is very tall and its body is heavy. If a car has a low roof line, it strikes the moose in the legs. The body of the moose then rolls up onto the car and can break its windshield. Even large trucks and vans can be severely damaged by striking a 1,000-pound moose. Engineers are working to make highways safer from wandering moose. They also put up road signs to warn motorists that moose may be present. We share the world with some very interesting creatures. We have a responsibility to see that their habitats are protected and that our needs do not conflict with theirs. It would be a shame to lose such a wonderful animal as the moose, the largest deer in the world, and we have some interesting facts about moose. They're the largest member of the deer family. They can be domesticated to pull a sled or carry a pack. Antlers may be 7 feet across and weigh 60 pounds. They can live up to 20 years in the wild, and they can run 35 miles per hour. So go ahead and pause the video and answer. There are 5 questions. Go ahead and answer the 5 questions. And then when you're finished answering those, come back and play the video so you can hear the second passage called Local Governments. Okay, so in local governments, the lesson tells you there's going to be some new features for you to look at. So there's going to be special print. So that's going to be words that are typed differently than the other words. So they might be put in bold. They might be put in italics. And italics is where if most of our letters are straight up and down, the italicized words are slanted a little. And underline words. So the bold, italics, and underline, that all tells us that those words are important. There might be subtitles and subheadings, and they're going to tell you what that next section is about. So we know that our title is local governments. So then we're going to be looking through for some subtitles or subheadings that are going to tell us what specific sections or paragraphs are about. So local governments. In this section, we will examine the different types of local government. We will also discuss the most important part of government, you. Everyone is an important part of government and community. Each citizen has an important role in their community. Why local governments? If you'll see that why local government, that's in bold, and it being in bold lets us know that that's a subheading. So the whole next section we're getting ready to read is specifically going to be why local government. A community needs basic rules to help people get along with one another. Local government creates and enforces rules for the benefit of all citizens. Local governments provide services like pipes to carry away wastewater. Government leaders decide matters about schools, roads, libraries, parks, and police. Over time, local governments face many challenges. Each government has limited resources. Should it build a new library or a new fire station? Should money be used to repair roads or old water pipes? Local government makes these kinds of decisions every day. Elected individuals who must answer to the people run local governments. If the citizens are not happy, they can select new leaders at the next election. Texas is proud to be part of the United States. Texans are citizens of this great country. The citizens elect local, national, and state government leaders. Our leaders promise to listen to the will of the people they serve. Sometimes they keep their promises. Sometimes they do not keep their promises. As citizens of the United States, we have special rights. These rights come with responsibilities. We must use these rights, such as voting, to take care of our community. Participating in your local government, there's another subheading. Perhaps one day you will work for the government. However, not every citizen can be in the government. How can citizens participate? 3 ways to participate in the government are to vote, serve in a jury, or sign a petition. Voting is the way we decide who serves as government leaders. It is also a way for everyone in the community to decide important issues. Citizens often vote about new laws and taxes. You must be 18 years or older in order to vote. Voters need to educate themselves on the issues in order to make wise choices. Another way to participate is to be on a jury. People on a jury are like a small group of voters. Jury members decide disagreements in their communities. For example, they might be asked to decide if a person is guilty of a crime. They must take time to attend these meetings at the courthouse. Jury members must be 18 years or older. A single citizen has little influence on the government. Many citizens working together are more likely to see a change in government. Citizens can petition or ask government leaders to make certain changes. They can do this through signing or gathering signatures on a petition. When government leaders see that many people desire a change, they are more likely to do so. Another way to help is to work on service projects. An example of a service project is cleaning up a park. So you've got 6 questions on this, and that'll be the end of your lesson for today.